In the early 90s, we got a cartoon based on Conan the Barbarian. And Hasbro made action figures to go along with it. And they look like some cheap ass shit you see at a Dollar Tree. Guys, we're back, and today we're going to talk about Conan. Not Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Adventurer. Anyway, this was a cartoon series in the early 90s. How early? September 13th, 1992. It actually ran for 65 episodes for 2 seasons. And when we're talking cartoons, that's a massive hit, I guess, because a lot of these cartoons, other than the big guys, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Batman, the animated series, most cartoons we talk about, even based on a toy line, only last 1 season, sometimes like 13 episodes. So I guess this was kind of a hit. But they had this cartoon, and I don't know what it is about Conan the Barbarian. It just seems like they've always tried to make this thing, you know, a big hit, but it never really catches on. Sure, you have your fan base with the books and the comics and then the Arnold movies and everything. It just never really been able to catch on, I don't think. I could be wrong. I mean, there's some fans out there. I don't mean that. It just seems like every couple of years they try to bring this back as the next big thing, you know, a big franchise, toys, cartoons, movies. It just never does. Actually, after this went off, they actually did a spin-off cartoon. That was Conan the Warriors, and it lasted 13 episodes, so I guess that one. But we're not really here to talk about the cartoon itself. We're here to talk about Hasbro's toy line. They went cheap with this thing. I couldn't, when I saw these, because I blocked them out of my head, because around this time I started getting back into action figures, but it wasn't one of those you walk past probably at KB or Toy Liquidators or Toys R Us, and never really paid attention to it, because I was buying, you know, the villains from the Batman series or something. But I saw these online, and I thought, that's got to be made by some generic toy company, or maybe a starting company that was maybe struggling at the time. But no, it's Hasbro, and we're talking 1993 here. I mean, this was Hasbro. They had just bought Kenner. I don't know why these look so bad. Again, they look like plastic toys that you see at a dollar store or something. They look awful. I'm really ashamed. If I worked for Hasbro, if I was a toy designer, now they're not. Maybe I'm getting crazy, because they're not the worst thing I've ever seen. But for a major toy company at its prime to release these when they had so much better good stuff on the shelf, I don't know if they had to pay a lot of rights to do it, or I don't know what happened, why they went cheap with it. But we're going to look at the figures. But you know, I was going to show you the cartoon. I always show you the opening of the cartoon, and I thought, you know what would be better than that? If I decided to sing you a rap about Conan the Barbarian. So let me go. I was gonna do a little rap number for you. I got Larry to help me out here. Wrote me a rap song. Larry, get the mic.
Conan! He wanted to be a librarian, but they make him a historian. So he just decided to be an epic barbarian. In the 90s, they turned it into a cartoon. But a lot of fans said now he was just a buffoon. He just wanted to kill bad guys. But the studio had to make him realize they can't sell toys to dead boys. Turned men into plastic. He thought it'd be fantastic, but those toy guys went cheap. Kids wouldn't give them another peek. He went from a feared barbarian to just a fat vegetarian. But at the end, it made him a millenarian. Word to your mother. Peace out, player.
Please, for the love of God, Junkman, never do that again.
I'm the next Snow. Okay, guys, we're going to look at these figures right here. Let's pull them up. Right. Well, they did about 4 Conan figures. I hate when a toy line does it, especially early on. Well, Batman, you know, something like that might be an exception. But this Conan, there are only 11 toys in this line, and 4 of them is all Conan. It's all just Conan. So let's bring it up right here. Here we go, right here. Conan, that's the original. I guess just Conan, nothing special here. Conan. Again, he's not a barbarian anymore. I don't know. Maybe he lost his barbarian license. I didn't follow the cartoon. But there he is right there. He's now an adventurer. And then we have, here's another one right here. Conan the Barbarian. Oh, Scar the Adventurer. And this time he's, what is he? Oh, Explorer. This time he's exploring. I don't know. Conan likes to have ER on the end. A lot of words. He likes to have the ER at the end of his words for some reason. And then what about this one right here? Conan the Warrior. That's right. This is the warrior. It's not the adventurer. It's the warrior. Conan the Warrior. So as you can see too, they look. See what I mean by they just look cheap and plastic, like something you see at the dollar store. Check this out. Ninja Conan. Conan as a ninja. This is the early 90s. Everything had to have a ninja in the line. There he is. I guess he was a ninja. I don't like that you can see the screws. Paint the screws skin color at least. God. But moving on, we've got Gray Wolf. I don't know if there's a silver wolf or a yellow wolf, but there he is, Gray Wolf. Again, it doesn't even it looks like he just moves like this. I would think they were trying to maybe to compete with He-Man and be a little different, but no, this is He-Man was dead by then. I think they already relaunched He-Man to that crappy line. But there it is, Gray Wolf, and check this out right here. Like just a big old hunk of plastic. Skeletor. I know I'm going to say that wrong. You'll let me know in the comments below. But hey, I ain't got time to be looking at how to say stuff. I got raps to write. I got Larry to produce a song. I got to look at these crappy toys. Come on now. And then we've got this one right here. Worth Armor. I guess this is the Stormtrooper of the line. Some kind of demon. But again, it's probably the cool. This or this. One of the two. Man, that's too much like plastic junk right there. This one here probably looks the coolest of the line. And then you have Zula. I used to know a lady named Zula. She worked at a CVS bank, living by my grandma. Zula. Hey, that's a Nubian right there. Oh, there you go. Conan the Adventurer. There's Zula. Zula the action figure. Now, they did do some other action figures that came with like a horse thing. Got these little metal plastic clips you put on it. That makes it look like metal. I don't know. But here it is. Demon Hunter. At least these look a little better. These spend a little bit more time on these. And then look at this one here. Worth Armor. And these do, of course, come with figures. So that's always a plus. I give them that. That is Demon Hunter. Oh, Demon Hunter right there. Got a purple horse. It looks like it might be purple. And then the other one on the line was Thunder. I guess Thunder the Barbarian, that could have been a sequel right there. I don't really know my Conan lore. So sorry if you're like, everybody knows Thunder, man. He's as popular as Silver or Ren 1010, but I'm not really sure. So what are these going for today? Well, you can pick them up on card most of the time, $20 to $50 probably at the most. Now I said they were cheap, so let's look at some out of the package. Here's a Conan here. So you can see the screws. This really upsets me. Why can't you see the screws? Oh, I hate that. And here's a couple other ones out of the package. Be honest, I'm not going to sit and tell you about it because I decided later at the end of this video to show you out of the package and bigger so you can get more detail. So I'm not really sure what we're looking at here because I'm going to go add this later. But let's look at some of those horses. If I can find pictures of them loose, here they are right here. As you can see, this little horse line does look a little better. But overall, Conan the Adventurer. Cartoon, maybe you love the cartoon, maybe you love the toy line, but to me, I was just I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, Hasbro made this? I was shocked. Again, like something from a dollar store. So, y'all let me know if I was wrong. Maybe you collected this in the 90s. Maybe you were like 8 when it came out and you're like, they're awesome. They were so cheap. Maybe they cost like 75 cents and you're like, oh, we took them home. We bought 10 Conan and broke them all. It was so much fun. Anyway, let me know that and more in the comments below. And thank you for watching.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.